Welcome back, everyone. I am Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and this is part 2 of our poncho. I want to welcome you to watch part 1 and work along with us if you have not already. So we're going to begin the second part, which will be the final part of the poncho. I wanted to break it up into 2 different videos to give you a chance to work on the first one, and also so the video wasn't extremely long. All right, so we have 184 stitches and we are beginning round 19. I'm going to remove my stitch marker here and insert my hook. And as I said, I was going to be picking up a new color at the end of 18. I would start round 19 with a new color. So I'm just going to place a slip knot on my hook and pull that through that stitch. Now I'm going to chain a total of 4. That chain of 4, it counts as your first double crochet and a chain 1. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to place my stitch marker into the 3rd chain. So I know that's where I need to slip stitch to at the end. Okay, now we're going to place back into that same stitch 2 more double crochets. Okay, now we're going to chain 2. This is the beginning of our repeat. Chain 2, 1 and 2. You're going to skip over the top of your next double crochet, and we're going to single crochet into the following. Now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip our next double crochet and into the following place a single crochet. Now you're going to chain 1 and 2. You're going to skip your next double crochet, and into the following we are going to place all of these stitches. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So all into that same stitch. Double crochet twice, chain 1, and 2 more double crochets, all in the same stitch. And then repeat what we just did. We'll go through that repeat one more time together. Chain 1, 2, skip your next double crochet and single crochet into the following double crochet. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip your next double crochet and into the following place a single crochet. Chain 1, 2. And then we're going to place all of the above into the next stitch. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So we skip our next double crochet and into the following one, 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 more double crochets, all in that same stitch. And chain 2, and continue your repeat all the way around. Once you have made it all the way around and we are getting close to the end, I will meet back up with you and we will finish round 19 together. Okay, so I'm back at the end here and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. Now I'm going to, for this round only, we are going to end, we have our chain 5 here, and we're going to skip 2 double crochets and single crochet into the next. Okay. So for that one spot, we're jumping 2. This is just at the very end. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. And we're going to jump over the next 2 double crochets. And we're going to place 1 double crochet into that very first stitch. So where we have our chain 4 and 2 double crochets, we're going to place 1 more double crochet into that stitch. So here we go. Now we're going to slip stitch to where our stitch marker is in the chain 3. And that will complete round 19. Let's begin round 20. We're going to slip stitch into the chain 1 space. Then we're going to chain 4, and you will begin and end each round the same. So chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is your first double crochet and chain 1. You're going to place a stitch marker into that 3rd chain. That is where you will slip stitch to end the round. Okay, so now we're going to place 2 more double crochets into that same chain 1 space. Chain 2, 1 and 2. Single crochet to the chain 5 space. Chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to skip over to the next chain 1 space between the double crochets. We're going to do that same little group of stitches. 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1, and 2 more double crochets, all into that chain 1 space. So we're stacking those. Now we're going to do the repeat again. Chain 2, 1 and 2, skip over your chain 2 and single crochet into the chain 5. Chain 1, 2, skip over the chain 2, over the 2 double crochets, and work into the chain 1 space between the 2 groups of 2 double crochets. You're going to place that same stitch pattern. 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. Continue this repeat all the way around, and once you have reached the end, I will meet back up with you and we will slip stitch to join. Okay, so let's end round 19. You have a chain 2. Yes, this is a wide gap, but it does work out. We're going to double crochet, 1 more double crochet in to finish this little group of stitches. So you're going to reach over and double crochet into where your starting chain is. And then slip stitch to join in the round to the 3rd chain. Let's begin round 21. You're going to slip stitch into your chain 1 space. You're going to chain 4, just as we've been doing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Place your stitch marker in the 3rd chain. Again, that is your first double crochet, and chain 1. Place 2 more double crochets into that same chain 1 space. chain 2, 1 and 2. And now we're going to single crochet to the first chain 2 space. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And single crochet to the next chain 2 space. Chain 1, 2. And we're going to again repeat this same pattern of stitches into the chain 1 space. 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. Let's repeat. Chain 2, 1, 2, single crochet to the first chain 2 space. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet to the next chain 2 space. Chain 2, 1, 2. And jump over to the next chain 1 space where you will repeat that group of stitches. 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. That is your repeat for the round of round 21. When I've come close to the end of round 21, I'll meet back up with you and we will join together. Okay, so here we are, last chain 2, double crochet into that same spot where we began our chain 4 here, double crochet, and slip stitch to that third chain. Now, to continue this on, you're going to repeat rows 20 and 21 until your length, when you put it on, is approximately 1 inch from where you would like for it to sit on your hands or fingertips. And at that point, we will reconvene and finish this poncho off with the edging to it, and you'll be done. Now, as I'm working, I will be, counting my rounds. For the previous one, the original pattern, I had 18 of these rounds, starting with round 19. I had 18 of these V's here with the 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So if you want to check it out after you've done, 18 rounds of this part 2, then check it out, see where it sits on you. Maybe you want more, maybe you want it a little less. That's just where I was with the original. Go ahead and continue on, and I will meet up with you once I have finished my length. Okay, so for our trim work here, I am going to go back to my original color. So I'm going to cut away from this particular colorway, and we are going to join in a secondary color. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull my stitch marker from that and chain another one. Now, if you worked 18 rounds, that's perfectly okay. If you worked more rounds, that's okay as well. My only suggestion is that you end on a round that you chain 2, single crochet to your chain 5, chain 2. That's going to make it easier so to do our edging, and it will help with the spacing of your stitches a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the original color that I started with, which is this silvery color. It's actually called Fog Heather. And I'm just going to create a slip knot. And the object of the game here is just go ahead and insert into one of your double crochets. It does not matter where, just pick one of your double crochets insert your hook and pull your slip knot through, chain 1 and single crochet back into that same stitch. And now you're going to single crochet every stitch. So single crochet into your next double crochet. Between your double crochets is a chain 1, so single crochet around that chain 1. Single crochet into the next double crochet, and single crochet into the next double crochet, and then you come to a chain 2. You're going to place 2 single crochets into that space, single crochet into that single crochet, and then 2 single crochets into your next chain 2 space, and then repeat 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets, 1 around the chain 1 space, and then around or into your next 2 double crochets, around the chain 2 twice, so 2 single crochets into the chain 2 space, a single crochet into the single crochet, and 2 single crochets into the chain 2 space, and continue repeating that. And you're going to repeat that all the way around. When you come around to the end, we're going to do that same slip stitch to the whole stitch that we did here, and then slip stitch into the back loop only. And we're going to do a half double round, exactly like we did here at the beginning. And we're going to finish it with another single crochet round, exactly like we did at the beginning. So we're doing back loop only. So I'm going to go ahead. So my next 3 rounds are, this round is your single crochet all the way around. The next round is half double crochet into the back loop only. Every stitch gets a half double crochet. The next round is again a single crochet round where you are working into the back loop only. I'm going to go ahead and work these 3 rounds and I will be back. Okay, so I'm coming up here to the end and we're going to join our last join the same way that we did the first join. So we're joining into the actual stitch itself with a slip stitch, and then I'm just going to reach into that back loop and slip stitch to the back loop like such. Now I'm going to chain 2 and cut away from my ball of yarn, pull that loop through, pinch off at the second chain and pull and push that chain towards my work. Then I'll sew in my end and that's what it'll look like. Now, an option for the edge at the bottom and the edge at the very top, I will show you now. Move that out of the way for a second here, is the crab stitch. Now you can do this however you see fit. I did do this crab stitch the way that I'm getting ready to show you. If you don't like the standard reverse crochet style crab stitch, this is an option that you will be able to achieve the same look with the way that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go into both of those stitches at the very, very top. And I'm going to join same color yarn as I was using to begin with. And what I'm going to do is chain 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and place a loop on my hook as if I was going to single crochet. And then all you do is turn your crochet hook counterclockwise, and now you can go and finish that stitch. Go into your next stitch. Find my next stitch here. Draw up a loop. Turn my hook. And single crochet. Go into my next loop. Next stitch here. Draw up a loop. Counterclockwise. And finish the stitch. That is if you wish to put a crab stitch at the top and the bottom, or one and not the other. In the brown one, I have it just on the top, and I'll show you the top again. I have it just on the top. Now the bottom is just those last 3 rounds. Okay, everyone, I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial, and if you make it, I would love to see it. I would love to see your work. You can share your projects over in our Facebook group. You can share them to me in an email, and yeah, I would love to see them. Be blessed, be a blessing, and until next time, bye for now.